Yep, just live now, Bruno.
Oh, that was pretty quick. There
That's what they say about me. Pretty quick.
All right, let me just make sure. What about on Facebook, Kevin?
Let me take a look on it.
Yep.
You go live directly to your page, Bruno?
Check the event. Hold on.
Okay.
I just can't see it from here. Should be live. We'll do it live.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah, what could go wrong? I mean, it's only live.
All right, we are live, folks. We are live with icon, legend, Al Snow, multiple-time hardcore champion, European champion. Great run there. Yeah, he is with us. So if anybody is interested in saying hello, asking a question, go to bcbreaks.com. You can purchase right now, all our figures are sold out. We have plenty of photos, exclusive art prints available, and we have a few foam heads available. So go to bcbreaks.com. Once you make the purchase, we'll send you the link. You can join the live stream.
It's your chance to get head for Christmas.
Yes.
Everybody wants that.
Yes. All right.
The gift that keeps on giving.
Yes. All right. We can start bringing on some guests. We have some people waiting in the backstage area.
Okay.
If you guys have any questions, just make sure you type them up. Let us know. Kevin will be helping you out. You can also send Kevin a private message, and he'll help you out with any question you might have for this. So first up, we got Tyler waiting. He purchased one of your figures. It was the classic Superstars figure.
You want me to go grab it?
Yep.
Okay.
Classic Superstars figure.
Classics Superstars figure.
Yeah, it's the black and gold box.
Oh, I got it.
Hey, Bruno, Mike Cetra said he won one of the figures. I didn't see him on the list.
Hold on one second.
Right here.
Here we go. So let's get Tyler on. He's just going to want that signed. So let's bring him on. What's up, Tyler?
Tyler.
How's it going, Bruno? Hey, Kevin.
Hi, Tyler.
How's it going, Al?
If I were any better, I'd be jealous of myself.
So I got super pumped for this. I just went back and watched your match between you and Road Dogg for the hardcore title on Monday Night Raw.
I threw a
You guys
point
were like fighting in the snow. So I wanted to ask, man, how was that match? Obviously, it was probably cold as hell, but like, how was that match between you?
It was kind of with most of my time up there, kind of a surprise to me that we were going to even have it.
Right.
Because they never really told me anything when I'd show up at TV.
Oh, so it was just kind of on the fly. So it was kind of on the fly kind of thing, right? So just
once I go out there, they pretty much, I just figure out what I need to do, and then I do it as I go along. And we kind of had an idea. They wanted us to fight to the back, and then going out the fire door, but was by accident because I forget if it was I shoved Road Dogg or if Road Dogg shoved me into the door, but the door popped open and we fell out into the outside of the building. So
yeah, I think it was Road Dogg that shoved you. But yeah, I was actually going to ask you about that. And also, I also had a question for you. I don't know if you've been asked this. I know this is kind of a weird question.
Sure.
But I was wondering, how did you come up with the whole mannequin idea to begin with? Was that just something that you just kind of?
Well, I was trying to show that I'd had a nervous breakdown, and tried to show a bunch of different ways that had happened, and none of it really clicked. None of it connected with the audience. So I one night back in the ECW arena, they used to, on the other side of the old arena, that was where they made the Mummers Day parade floats in Philadelphia. And so they had a bunch of stuff over there. I found a styrofoam head, and I thought, I'm going to carry this to the ring and treat it as if it's a real person. And like, it's crazy. Then, and I was reading a book on abnormal psychology at the time. And there was a lady that had a case study that had paranoid schizophrenia, and she had what they called transference disorder. So she transferred her illness onto the inanimate objects that she heard the voices from. She thought they were crazy, not her. So I thought, well, I'm going to treat the head like it's insane and not me. So that was how it worked.
No, that's unique. I'm glad I asked you that question, because I was always wondering about that, and I just was very curious. And my buddy's like, "That's a weird question." I'm like, "No, I think that's a good question. That's something that's probably never been asked." So, But yeah, for the figure, you can write just to Tyler in your signature.
Okay. Do you want me to? And I'll put heads too, because they get upset if I don't sign theirs. So
yeah, why not, man? Let's throw that on there too.
Okay. I'll be glad to.
Yeah, no, I liked your run as a hardcore champ, man. You were good. You just went in there and like you said, you played that whole crazy character. But I just was really curious. That's why I wanted to ask you that this morning. Sorry if that sounded weird, but
no, not at all. It didn't sound weird at all. I'm trying to find the camera.
Thank you much, man. That's awesome.
Oh, you're very welcome.
It was something that was popping in my head. I'm like, what am I going to ask him tomorrow? And that just came to my brain.
No such thing as a dumb question. The only dumb question is the one you don't ask.
Well, thank you so much for doing this, Al. I appreciate it, buddy.
No, thank you, Tyler. I appreciate it too. I'm glad you showed up. Otherwise, it'd have been like a bomb scare.
Definitely. Thank you, Bruno. Thank you, Kevin. Have a good day, Al.
Thanks,
you too.
Tyler.
See you guys.
All right.
I got a chair with wheels. Pisses me off.
All right. Let's see. Who do we got next? Waiting. We've got Jeremy. So Jeremy is getting an 8x10 photo. It's the one with Avatar in the back.
Okay, hold on.
Al's going to get his steps in today.
Yeah, I am. One way or another. Let's see here. That's the art print. Okay. It's in the box with the.
It's in. It's like a. Yeah. Yep.
Hey, Bruno, did you take care of Mike Cetra?
No, I'm gonna message him now.
Okay. All right.
I'm just trying to get this the video shared.
Is it this clear package with the pens?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Cool. Give me a second. And
you got it.
Yeah, you got paint pens in here too. Those work really good on the figures. So
yeah.
There we go. So I've got this one. Is it easier if it's got Avatar in the back and Job Squad?
Yep.
Is that the one?
Yes.
Okay.
That is the one.
Okay, hold on. Sorry for the delay, guys.
No problem.
I will get this out. And then
Daniel Price said when Al walks into department stores, mannequins get nervous.
They get excited. They get excited. Okay, I've got it.
All right, so let's get Jeremy on here. In the meantime, what's up, Jeremy?
What's up, fellas?
Hi, Jeremy.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
I'm great, man.
Hey, you work a lot in the Ohio area. You got anything going on? Like
in Ohio?
Yeah.
I haven't been up to Ohio in a long time. No, haven't had any, and plus with the pandemic and all that.
Well,
yes. But No, I live in Louisville, Kentucky, so I don't live too far from Ohio, and that's where I got started back in the day, back in the 80s. In Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, Pennsylvania.
Well, some like 8 years ago, you were up here for an independent show in Middletown. You come up, you did it was a charity fundraiser for my best friend who passed away. Entertaining as hell show, but
well, good.
Yeah. Man, I appreciate it. It was a good time, but
well, good.
I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. I got to get back to work, but yeah, just sign me up for me. Put on there something about "got head" on the paper, and
sure,
we'll be good. We'll be good.
This one right here.
That looks great, man. Yeah.
Sure. And who should I make it out to again?
Jeremy.
Jeremy. Jeremey or My? My.
Yeah.
Okay. I always like to double check.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Because people these days spell their names all kinds of ways.
Yeah, right.
One time I misspelled the name Bob, if you can imagine that. I just spelled it B-O-B, and the guy was like, "Oh, you misspelled that." And I'm like, "How the hell did I misspell it?" And he goes, "That's B-A-U-B." And I was like, "Holy crap, man! You got to be kidding me."
Yeah,
where are your parents at? I want to go punch them in the face.
Right.
We want Bob to have a different name. Want him to be unique. Okay, well, let's make it stupid.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Thank you, Jeremy.
You guys have a good day.
Jeremy. Appreciate it, man.
You too. That's a true story.
That's awesome.
I met a guy named Tim, T-Y-M. My favorite was in Arkansas. Met a guy and on his driver's license, I made him pull out his driver's license to prove it to me. His name was Mule, M-U-L-E, and his last name was just the letter E, Mule E. I was like, why did your parents name you Mule? He said, well, we lived on a farm and they owned a mule. I was like, you didn't name the mule? just Mule.
That's awesome.
Jesus Christ, kid.
That's great. All right, let's see. What else do we have? We've got Matt coming up. Matt got 2 figures. He got one of the classic Superstars figures, and he also got there should be a figure in there, 2 figures. It has Mankind in it with you.
Oh, okay, that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's going to want that inscribed. I'll put that on the screen.
Okay, hold on. I gotta save all this packing so that I can pack it all back up the same way. To ensure that you guys get it back the right way. Okay. You want the classic Superstars figure. Got it. And then the one with Mankind in it. Oh, the WrestleMania one.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, gotcha. Okay. This. All right.
So. All right. So like I say, he's going to want it. He's going to want both inscribed, and I put it up on the screen, and we're going to bring him on now. What's up, Matt?
Hello.
Hey, Matt. How you doing?
Hey, can't complain. How about yourself?
I can't complain either, and if I did, nobody'd listen, so why bother?
Yeah, I'd have to agree, especially nowadays.
That's not so bad. Could always be worse.
Yeah, that's true. I've been trying to think of a second question since my first question was already asked. How did you come up with Head and the character of Head? First of all, love your character. Always have been a fan. You, Mankind, Cactus Jack, all those character wrestlers were always my favorites.
Well, thank you.
It was always nice getting to see you guys win stuff because it was a rare occasion when it happened, but it was always great when it did.
Yeah. Well, we had a lot of fun, and I try to explain to the young wrestlers that's the most important thing is character. So
yeah,
if without character, you don't have anything.
No, I would have to agree with you there.
If you, the fans, can't describe us to your friends in a sentence or less, then there's nothing there. So
exactly. But just wanted to,
what kind of dog do you have?
I have a Australian cattle dog named Mia.
Oh, do you really? Wow.
Yeah.
Those are great dogs.
Apparently, he wants to meet you too.
Oh,
Come here,
cool.
Come here. Come say hi. Ooh.
Hey. That's a beautiful dog.
Aren't you? Oh, yeah, he's a good boy. He's 6 months old.
Is he really?
Yeah. Oh. All right. I know there are more people in the line here, so I won't hold everybody up. But
okay.
Yeah, the first one would be to Matt. What does everybody want?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I will get that done for you, Matt.
All righty. Thank you very much. And then actually, I was supposed to meet you about a year and a half ago in August at StarCast 3.
Really?
You had came in, but me and my buddy had just left to take Jimmy Hart to the airport.
Oh, that damn Jimmy Hart.
We were literally walking out the building, and my buddy's like, dude, Al Snow was back there. I'm like, why didn't you say anything?
I like to sneak in sometimes incognito.
Right.
Well, how do you want me to make this one out, Matt?
To Matt, What does everybody need?
Okay. Funny story, Matt, because in this one I'm in here with Mankind,
Yeah.
And back in the day, Mankind, Mick used to tell everybody, in the locker room, hey, when I get done wrestling, I'm going to be a stand-up comedian. And we all laughed, And now he's a stand-up comedian and nobody's laughing. So
yeah. I was actually, before the whole pandemic started, I was set up to go to 2 of his shows in Illinois.
Well, I'm sorry.
But those have been postponed until next year. So at least they're still on the docket.
Yeah. Yeah, he likes to torture people. So he'll show up.
Oh, but it's a good kind of torture listening to him talk. It's always fun.
It is?
Yeah, I like it.
Oh, God bless your heart. You're a good man, Matt. I don't know if I could do it.
Well, thank you again, Al Snow. Thank you very much for this experience.
Sure. And hey, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Chicken Kwanzaa, hellacious Hanukkah.
Same to you, buddy. Thank you very much. And thank you guys as well. Thank you, Bruno. Thank you, Kevin.
Thanks,
and
Matt.
have a nice day, everybody.
You too.
Thank you.
Take her easy. Have a fun pandemic.
Oh.
That's awesome. All right.
Wrap these back up as I get going.
No problem. Again, guys, if you are interested in getting a photo, an art print, or a foam head, go to bcbreaks.com. We'll take care of you. What do we got next? We got Andrew coming up next.
Andrew.
So Andrew, we got one. He has one of the promos that I talked about. That's in a separate sleeve. It should have a Post-it on there.
Hold on. So it's also in the box with the heads.
It's in the box, in the same box where you took the 8x10 photos.
And it's in that clear plastic?
Yes. Yep.
Got it. Hold on. Like I said, I'm new to this. Is it the red promo photo?
Yes, it should say there should be a Post-it on it, either on the front or the back. Should say Andrew.
Okay, hold on. No, I got and it was in.
Well, it might not be the red. Let me bring Andrew on. He knows.
Okay.
Hey, Andrew.
Hey,
What's up, Andrew?
how are you guys? Good morning. Hey, Bruno. Hey, Kevin. How are you?
Hey, Andrew, how are you?
Hey, Al. How are you? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I've seen you a couple of times at the convention before. I'm also a promoter as well. I mean, you've always been a great guy, and I'm appreciative that I'm on here with you guys.
Oh, thank you.
I wanted to just ask you while you were doing. I was always curious. I don't know if anybody ever asked you this question, but back
What's
in
that?
like '98, when
Yeah.
you came back to WWF at the time, you done something where you were supposed to have a meeting with Vince McMahon, like in the story, and it just never came to fruition. Like, what happened with that? Because it seemed like it was, you're picking up steam, and it was pretty cool when Pat Patterson and Jerry Briscoe they were trying to prevent you from having a meeting with Vince.
Yeah.
What happened to that, and why did they scrap it?
I don't know. I think, I don't know. Maybe I just didn't do my part when it came to being in the ring or something. Maybe, I don't know.
No, I can't imagine that.
I don't know.
I mean, you trained so many guys. Like, who out of all the guys you trained? I mean, how many? Like, who are you most proud of their progress? That guys that you trained that were from here, and then their level picked up after you trained them.
Oh, I'm proud of all of them. I mean, honestly, that's the truth. I mean, from Cody to Ryback to Maven to Josh to, I mean, there's so many, I couldn't remember them all, quite honestly. A lot of people don't realize how many heroes I trained, like Beth Phoenix and ODD what was her name up there? Victoria, what was her name? Alicia Fox. She came to me as an 18-year-old girl. She and Barbie Blank, both of them, they were swimsuit models. They weren't even wrestling fans. And, she worked so hard while she was here in OVW and listened and really, and then went on to have an amazing career, for years. So, but I'm proud of them all. I mean, you can't pick just one out of.
Of course, it's like picking between kids. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be really tough to pick just one and go, that's the one.
Is there one though that sticks out to you that says, "My God, I didn't even think that they would have made it, but they proved me wrong"? Like, is there somebody that you looked at, like female or male, that said, "Wow, they've really, picked up"?
No, I mean, the only one that really comes to mind, just because of the background, would be like I mentioned, like Alicia and Maurice and Rosa Mendez, Roca, and the four of them came to me. They were picked up on. They were swimsuit models, but for them to go on and do the stuff that they did and do it as well as they did, I'm very proud of them. I mean, that it takes. The biggest thing I think that people don't understand is that, to be successful in professional wrestling, truly successful, and that means that, in my terms of success, is that you get to do it for a living and you don't have to do something else. You can just do it. It takes a lot of passion, and to be able to beat the odds, the incredible odds to get to WWE. The odds are astronomical. They're even more elite. The people that make it to WWE, regardless of what they do once they're there, regardless of whether that guy he was bottom of the card, doesn't matter. The odds of that guy becoming a bottom of the card guy in WWE are beyond what they would be to become a player in the NFL or a player in the NBA or a player in Major League Baseball. If you consider the number of teams and the number of players on each team, and the fact that there's really only 50 or 60, maybe 70 main roster spots in WWE, and WWE is the one main company in the entire world. And there's over 900,000 professional wrestlers in the entire world. There's over 100,000 in just the United States alone. Hell, there's 3,000 or 4,000 licensed professional wrestlers in the state of Kentucky. So think of the odds to become just on the roster.
Yeah.
Now think of the odds of what it takes to become a John Cena or a Rock. You know what I mean? Or a Hulk Hogan or a Steve Austin. That's less than 0.1% of a person that's been able to do that. And then to have the run that they do for the length of time that they do is just, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. So let me find your picture because I'm looking all over the place. Hold on. Hang tight. Be patient with me.
No problem. It's the one where you're holding the head. It says 1998 on it from the Attitude Era.
Okay.
That helps.
I'm just learning the system. I'm kind of new to this, so.
It's taken nearly almost 20 years to get that picture signed. The funny story how I obtained that. That's an original promo from WWF at the time. They had given it out to myself and the others in line because I think that your flight had gotten delayed. So they said, "Oh, well, next time when he's in town, you'll get it signed." But we never had the opportunity. And then it was my fault when you had all these conventions. Every time it just either I had something or I wasn't there that day. So this is pretty cool to get it signed. You know, this is like one of my favorite promos.
I'm looking for it. Hold on.
No problem. No problem.
Bruno, where was it? Is it in a clear lot package or is it a?
So it was in that same box that had the 8x10 photos.
Got it.
All right. So there was like a sleeve that is different from the others. It should have been like right on top. And there's about 4 or 5 different photos in that particular sleeve.
Let me see. Got it. I think it's this one right here, the big one.
Yes.
Yes.
So it should be in there. They should all have Post-its on it, or a couple of them have Post-its.
Let me see. None of them have Post-its.
All right, so there's a number on the right side. It says P-493, like in small print on the side.
On the side of
where the copyright is. There's a line where the copyright is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's this one right here, the one on top right here.
P-493. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah, that was the very first promo photo I ever did up in WB. Yeah, and they ribbed me because they didn't even tell me that they were taking a promo photo, and I just went over there and took a picture. And I thought, well, that's kind of odd. So, who should I make it out to again? Andrew.
And then I think there was a message, Bruno. Right? Did you have it?
Yep, I have it.
Okay.
There we go.
Hold on. Yes, they were.
Yeah, I like having like my favorite promo pieces and put them in my office. Like I have one of Terry Runnels and a few others those are the best times. I think that just from a perspective of the fact, like, you know, with the Monday Night Wars and just everybody was changing the channel in a time before they had video on demand and Netflix and Hulu and all these things now. It was just it was one of those days like with the VCR trading, and it was just a really fun time. I don't think it can ever be duplicated again. I mean, even from the top to bottom, I think even the people that were on the bottom in the Attitude Era could be the main event today because just everybody had a personality. Everybody was polarizing in their own way, and it was just a special time. It really was.
Yeah, I agree. I just had this conversation with another guy just a second ago that the key to success, I believe, in wrestling is the ability to have a persona, a personality that you can connect and relate to, and then you can turn to your friends and family and go, you got to watch this show. There's this guy, he's A, B, C, D, E. You know, and everybody during the Attitude Era were people that from top, like you said, from top to bottom, everybody had a personality. Crash Holly had a personality. Scotty 2 Hotty had a personality. Rikishi had a personality. Billy Gunn, Road Dogg, Steve Austin, Undertaker, Goldust, Marlena, Tammy, everybody up and down the line had some kind of demonstrable personality. So, I think that's the success. That's the key to success is that we don't, these days, I think all the young guys sell what they do, which is incredible. I think some of the most athletic people I've ever seen in my life, but For fans, I think you guys buy a ticket because of not what they do, but who they are and why they do it. So,
Yeah, you're right.
That's my contention. I'll hold on to it until.
No, I 100% I agree with you. It's absolutely true.
There you go, Andrew.
Oh, awesome.
I'm
Thank
trying
you
to get
so
this
much.
photo thing here. There you go.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you.
Awesome.
Bruno, Kevin, thank you guys so much. Al, thank you guys. You guys have a great morning. I really appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Have a happy holiday, man.
Happy holidays.
Thanks, Andrew.
Thank you. Have a great new year, you guys. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right.
I'll find it eventually. Just give me time.
Yeah, that was tough.
Well, I had it, but then you told me it wasn't it, and I was like, well, okay.
Yeah, so those in that particular sleeve, if you could just keep those aside because those are different than the reprints.
Yeah, I've got them in that sleeve. I put them back in.
Okay, perfect. Also, I forgot to mention it to you earlier, but just want to let all the talent know that if you are using the paint pen, you probably already know, just kind of hold it on the side for a minute or so it dries up.
Otherwise, it'll smear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully I don't want any Ellsworth experiences.
What's that? What were those?
Ellsworth, he signed them all and he put them one on top of the other, and there was no more signature.
Not good.
The signatures are on the back of the actual photos.
Classic.
Yeah,
all right, so let's bring on the next person. We have Kristine waiting.
Okay.
She's going to want an 8x10 photo, the one with Avatar on it.
Okay.
And she will also want an inscription. I'll put that up on the screen.
Alrighty. Act like you've done this a time or two.
All right, what's up, Kristine?
Hi, Kristine.
I think you're muted. We can't hear you.
I can't hear you. Unless my head injuries finally totally kicked in.
Hold on, let me try something.
It might be because of her AirPods.
Yeah, it might be the AirPods.
Hold on, she's got it. I saw the light bulb go on.
There you go.
There we go. Can you hear us?
Did that work?
That works.
Okay,
Hi.
cool.
Hi, Kristine.
I'm going to go in the back because I can't hardly hear.
Okay.
Sorry.
No worries.
Okay.
Ta-da. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic.
I'm still having trouble hearing, but that's okay.
Can you hear me now? If I speak louder, can you hear me?
I'm going to see if there's a caption option. I
Okay.
think so. Sorry,
We'll-
I'm on my cell phone this time because I had to come to work.
Oh, that's all right. Does the caption do swear words?
No, I can't find the caption option, but I can kind of hear you. I'm so sorry.
Oh, all right. Because I thought it'd be funny if I cussed when, on the captions. I like to curse. I'm talking.
Yeah, I don't see an option for it. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's quite all right. Don't worry.
Do you want us to bring you back on?
No, that's okay. I just wanted to say thank you.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
I didn't know that this wouldn't work so well, but I got called into work, so.
Damn
I was hoping with my earbuds I would be able to, but it didn't seem to work, so.
Do you have a question or anything you want to tell him?
I was watching the TV the other day and I came across OVW, and Bruno, I think, was the one that was telling me, oh, Al runs that. I was like, really? And I saw Ace Austin on there, and that really piqued my interest because I really liked him a lot. So I was like, oh, this is cool. So I started recording the when it comes on, and I was watching the reruns and stuff from last year, and I saw Madman Fulton was on there and stuff. So I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. I never got to watch it before. I didn't know that you were running it.
Do you like it? Do you like it?
I do. I like it.
Good.
I liked it was like a Christmas themed episode. I thought it was cool.
Well, good. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Kristine, you wanted to say to Kristine and Ray, 6-time hardcore champion, right? On the photo?
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.
He's signing it right now.
Okay, I appreciate it. I can hear you if I pull it up to my ear. I'm so sorry. This is not what I expected.
No problem.
But all right.
I've been watching you since I started watching wrestling in like 98, 99. So I agree with what the person before me was saying about like how the times are just so different nowadays. It's like, I don't know, it's just not as exciting anymore as it used to be, being able to tune in and like maybe try to record it on your VHS or try to tune in when you can. But it was really fun back in those days. I really enjoyed watching you and everyone. The Attitude Era was the best.
Well, thank you. We had a lot of fun, and I think you're right. I mean, I think what's missing today are those characters, those colorful personalities that you can relate to, and you can describe who they are and what they're doing and why. I think if we can get that back, that's what's going to make the difference as far as wrestling's concerned.
Yeah, and I think like some people like Bray Wyatt is trying to bring that back with the Fiend and stuff, but like I don't know if it's like meshing quite as well as it should or whatnot. But I think some people are trying to do what you guys did, but I don't think it's like gonna ever be able to be replicated as well.
No, I don't think you can ever replicate that time because it was the right thing for the right time for the right reason. But I do think that you can make something new for now.
Yeah, I agree.
And I can't thank you enough for being a fan. If it wasn't for people like yourself, I wouldn't have a job. So thank you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm sorry that this is like crazy again.
That's quite all right. Trust me. I've done things like that myself. I know how it is. You got to juggle everything all at the same time. So
yeah, I wasn't supposed to work until later, but
it always happens. Always.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Happy holidays to you.
Happy holidays, Kristine.
Bye.
Bye.
She's a sweetheart.
All right. Yeah, she's a big fan. Her and her husband are big fans. All right, let's see. Again, guys, real quick, if you are just tuning in, if you go to bcbreaks.com, you are more than welcome to purchase an item, and then we'll send you the link, and you can come and say hello. Your item.
There's a question.
Howdy or hey y'all or whatever you want from wherever you are in whatever part of the country.
There's a question real quick from Devin. He's asking Al, who was in the cheese costume on Raw or at Mania in 2000?
That guy was a independent Mexican wrestler. I can't remember his name. Great guy. Yeah, that's where you make the mistake of making some offhanded comment in a vignette or something backstage, and then next thing you know, you've got a guy in a cheese outfit coming out with you. So
that's great. All right, let's see. Who do we got waiting here? Okay, we've got Jason waiting right now. He got an 8x10. I'll let him decide which one he wants. He's trying to put it on me, but I'll put it right back on him.
There you go.
All right, let's see. What's up, Jason?
Hello. It's good to meet all you guys.
Good to meet you, Jason.
So, Jason, which 8x10 do you want? I know you tried to put it on me, but do you want the edit that he's been signing with the with Avatar in the back, or do you want a promo reprint, ECW or WWF?
Well, I'm a huge ECW fan, so I will take the ECW one.
You got it, man. It's your call.
Thank you.
You got it.
Since we brought up the ECW, and I think there was so many caliber, talented wrestlers and female also, and I mean, I don't know if Paul Heyman actually fully 100% owned it, but it seemed like ECW at the time was so much better than the WWE/WWF. I mean, is there anything that actually went wrong, if you can actually talk about this, or did Paul Heyman just get a great deal from Vince McMahon at the time?
Well, I think, it was a couple of factors, okay? ECW benefited from being the right thing at the right place at the right time, as far as at the time, like you guys all complain about today's product being PG, but trust me, if you want PG, go back to the In Your House era of WWF in the early 90s. You could not get, that was more like a G-rated type show. You could not get more homogenized and pasteurized than that. ECW was completely different, but the problem with that is that ECW was marketed to a niche audience, meaning that it's a very small percentage of the general audience. So it's great because it was really successful, and part of its reason for its success was that Paul was able to take advantage of a lot of talent that had a underground kind of reputation and interest, where fans kind of knew of them and wanted to see them but didn't have access to them on a regular basis. And you had talent that had, like myself, I had 13, 14 years of experience at that time of being in the ring. So you had talent that really, they knew what to do and how to carry themselves, and they knew how to draw. And Paul knew how to manage them and knew how to manage the audience as well, giving everyone involved the belief that it was our promotion and it was us against the two big guys. We were like the underdogs, you know what I mean? We were the rebels. We were the outcasts, and we all had to stick together. And that was brilliant because talent's transient. It leaves, it comes, it goes. But, if he could do what he did, which was he got the brand itself over, it always kept the audience coming back. The downfall is that, as he rose, the promotion rose to a national level, he had to start paying some of the top talent more money. But he was only marketing to a niche audience. So it became a, kind of a nil result as far as paying out more than what you could bring in. And that was why ECW eventually folded, and then Vince was able to pick it up.
Yeah, because what you're kind of talking about, it actually kind of like, I don't understand the whole business aspect, but I mean, some of the greatest matches of all time have gone on and through ECW. Like, for example, New Jack. I don't know if it was actually New Jack that went through the 4 or 5 tables and everything. And I mean, just some of the most unbelievable matches with ECW. And, I mean, today I still feel they're some of the greatest matches, and it's nothing how the old shows used to be.
Yeah, true. But it was a different time, different audience. And, those things worked at that time. And not to say they couldn't work now, but you got to find a roster of talent that could pull it off like they did too. So, it was a great time in wrestling. I mean, you had WCW was firing on all cylinders. You had WWE that was really going. ECW was really going. For the fans, I mean, wouldn't it be awesome if we could get that going again with AEW and WWE and anybody? I mean, even Impact or Ring of Honor or anybody could get going like that again.
Now you brought up a good question, and I'm sure that you wouldn't know, but like supposedly like TNA and like all the other wrestling brands, they're trying to bring on like other wrestlers into the show and stuff like that with like they're having like a global impact. And I mean, I understand the WWE is the top dog, but I mean, if they bring in so many wrestlers with TNA and everything and AEW branding, I mean, it's going to be tough for WWE to be the top dog maybe anymore even.
Maybe. I hope it provides some competition and a challenge for WWE, but let's not fool ourselves. I mean, you're not going to beat WWE being WWE. These guys have to be like ECW. They have to offer you something different. You know what I mean? Even back in the day, WCW was distinctly different than WWE. And, you know, you need to do that as well to have a chance of standing out against, you know, WWE. That you can't give them WWE light because that's just a retread. And, you know, you want to come up with your own deal, your own vibe, your own feel, your own look, your own style that is uniquely yours. So.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time and everything, and you have yourself a wonderful day, and I appreciate your answers. Thank you.
Oh, have a happy holiday, man.
Thanks,
yeah,
Jason.
you do the same. Thanks.
Thank you, Jason. Got your gimmick. Oh, you went off the screen. Never mind.
Oh, that looks awesome too.
Yeah, the white looks really
a nice
good.
color. Yeah.
Yeah. It's still not completely dry, so I'm waiting on it. So.
Okay. All right. Let's see.
Before we get on the next person, I've got another question here. How did you like teaming up with Steve Blackman?
I love teaming up with Steve Blackman. You know, in the ring, we kind of were on different pages a little bit. But backstage, I mean, Steve and I had such a chemistry, and we were, you know, we literally kind of became a show within a show on SmackDown. We were like the highest rated segments on SmackDown at that time.
Cool. There you go.
I love Steve Blackman.
All right.
I got to say that or you'll come kill me.
All right. Let's see. What do we got next? We got Danny coming up next, who has a classic Superstars figure.
Okay. Classics. Oh, yeah. I got that. Okay. Hold on.
Yep.
Let me go get it.
Okay. Kevin, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Al fucking Snow, baby! Where did he go? Al, what are you doing?
Hey, how are you, man?
Al Snow, baby!
This man is out of control.
Help me!
Hey, Danny, how are you, man?
What's up, brother?
He spelled it backwards.
He did. You're supposed to do it as if you're looking in the mirror, guy.
I was in the mirror. Don't. It looks good on camera. Just let it be. Help me. What's going on?
Oh, man, you're tremendous. I got to tell you.
Man, listen, as a kid, I was a little young. You were a little bit scaring the shit out of me. But then I grew, and you became one of my favorite wrestlers, and I thank you for that.
I appreciate that. Thank you, man.
Thank you, man. It was great watching you as a kid, man. I love it, man. Thank you. I can't say thank you enough.
I appreciate that. I really do.
Yeah, man.
If it wasn't for fans like yourself, I wouldn't have a job. So
yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you for entertaining us, man. It was great.
That's
definitely great.
Just entertain everybody and then, you know, make you tune it in and forget about whatever was going on and have some fun.
Exactly. That was awesome. Thank you so much, man.
You're very welcome.
Yeah.
You have any questions?
No, I mean, nothing really. I mean, everybody was asking all the good questions. I heard the answers, so it's been they're all hitting touching where I wanted to touch. But yeah, man, I just want to thank you again. That's it.
Well, no problem.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Do you want me to just make this out to DJ?
No, you know what? You could put Danny. No, you know what? Just put your auto. You could just sign it with your auto.
You sure?
Yeah, just autograph it.
Okay.
Do you have a paint pen?
Yep, gonna do it with white because it stands out well.
Nice, appreciate it.
Yeah, sometimes I'll use yellow because it looks pretty good too, but the white really stands out.
The white stands out. Nice.
Want me to put what does everybody want or anything like that on there?
Nah, that looks good.
Shit, I'm trying to. There you go.
That looks good. No, I like it like that. That's awesome.
All right, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, Bruno. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank
Hey,
you.
next time, at least get like a wig so it looks like you're the actual mannequin head.
I am the head.
Oh, you're the foam head. All right, you're the foam head. All right.
Yeah. All right. Bye, guys. Thank you. Happy holidays.
You too. Happy holidays.
I
will let that dry. I will let that dry.
Another question from Franco DiGello. Mr. Al Snow, do you get mad or embrace when Mick Foley references Al Snow jokes in his books?
I love it. I mean, come on now. He's kept me relevant for years. So I got to wonder, though, because he seems so obsessed with me to the point where it seems like he's got like some sexual proclivity. You know what I mean? It gets kind of weird after a while. Man.
He did drop your name a lot.
A lot. Like a whole lot.
Yeah.
Like to the point where it's become his gimmick. You know what I mean? Like we went and did a stand-up tour after a wrestling tour in Australia a while back. Can't remember when. And I kind of like opened for him. And the start of the tour, like he would only use one or two references. By the end of the tour, I was his whole act. I was like, Jiminy Christmas, man, what is wrong with you? What is going on?
That's funny. All right, let's see who we got next. Mike is up next. Mike got one of your foam heads.
Okay, let me go get that.
Let's bring Mike on.
Morning, guys. How you doing?
Mike. Mike.
I'm here, Mike. I'm just getting ahead.
How you doing, Al?
I said I'm getting ahead. Okay.
We wouldn't be mad at you anyway.
Yeah,
I forgive you, man.
Be a very weird virtual signing, I got to tell you. I'm sure that would get some heat somewhere.
The viewership will probably go through the roof.
I don't know about that.
How you doing, Al?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. Hey, big fan of yours from your hardcore champion days. Just curious, what first got you into wrestling?
Jeez. You know, I made that decision that I wanted to be a professional wrestler when I was 14. And, you know, I just, back then it was a different world. And in a lot of ways, for one, wrestling, you know, it wasn't like it is now where you can just walk down to the local corner and, you know, find a wrestling school. Like there's so many of them now all across the country and around the world. Back then, there were only a few wrestlers that would train guys. And then they were very, very like, you know, it was a very closed business. I tell people all the time and they laugh, but quite honestly, it's the truth. It was easier to become a made man in the mafia than it was to become a professional wrestler. And 14, I would walk to the local library because we didn't have Google or the internet. And they had phone books there from all the major cities. And I would get the old after mags and I'd find out, you know, hey, Vern Gagne's AWA was in Minneapolis, Minnesota. You know, the Crockett's were located in Charlotte, North Carolina. Eddie Graham was in Tampa. You know, NWA Florida was in Tampa. Barnett and you know, those guys were in Atlanta. So what I did was I would just pull up you know, a phone book for Dallas, and I would look for world-class championship wrestling in the white pages, and I would make a phone call once a month. I would make a phone call to every promotion in the United States. I did that from 14 to 17 every month, where I got to the point where they'd recognize my voice and they'd either just hang up on me or they'd stop and they'd get bored and they'd talk to me for a while. You know, different guys, Wally Carbo and some of the office guys would talk to me, and they'd always bust my balls or, you know, hey, kid, you don't want to do this, you know, find something else. Trying to discourage me. I go, well, I'll talk to you next month. And then they'd be like, you know, I'd hear all, don't bother, kid, don't call. And then I'd call, what do you want, kid? I just want to see if you were training any wrestlers. Shut up, kid. No, I'm not. Fuck off. And I mean, I lots of times I get cussed out. And then, you know, I just kept at it. I got a hold of Gene Anderson one day after I graduated, as I was graduating high school. And that October, he and Ole were holding a tryout at the Charlotte Coliseum. which was basically, you know, it was like $250 to try out, which at that time was like thousands, you know, and paid my money and went down there and basically got blown up and stretched and got my ass beat. My nose broke. And but prior to that, I'd met a guy that was local and named Jim Lancaster, and he wouldn't train me. The reason that the guys wouldn't train you was because they were held responsible for you. So you carried their name on you, so that if you messed up, then he potentially fault. So, you know, I came back, talked to him, and at the time he was starting to run his own company and start running his own shows, and he wanted his own crew of guys he could depend on, because he'd tried to do business with Dick the Bruiser, and Dick kind of sideswiped him and took Spike Huber, who was like one of the top baby faces at that time for Dick the Bruiser, out from under him and sent him to St. Louis. And so Jim got hot, wanted to get his own crew of guys, and that's how I got trained. So
wow, that's amazing. Was there a certain match or certain point where you realized like, wow, I can really make a career out of this?
I kind of made that decision when I was 14 that I was going to make a career of it.
Cool.
You know, there was no plan B. There was no secondary plan or secondary option. It was to be a professional wrestler or nothing else. And, you know, I guess a lot of people would tell you, you know, you might want to rethink that these days, you know, but I can see the wisdom in it, especially as I get older. I can see the wisdom in it, you know, that you should have a plan B. But at the same time, if you have a plan B, then you've not fully 100% committed to the pursuit of what it is you want to do. And if you never fully 100% commit to what it is you want to do, you're never going to get to do it. So
yeah, no, that's a great story. Thank you for that.
Sure. Yeah. So you wanted
to Mike.
To Mike?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Help me on the forehead here.
Oh, perfect. You. Yeah.
And
great.
Then, we'll make it. How are you doing in the wonderful world of the pandemic?
I'm hanging in there. I work in public transit, so I'm still out in the world, but doing good, trying to keep safe. How about yourself? What are you doing to keep busy?
I own OVW, and you know, I still have to produce a weekly television show, 2 actually, and you know, it makes a bit of a challenge, and just like everybody else, I gotta try and, you know, make entertaining shows with either a limited or no audience. And you know, we had for a while we were completely shut down, and we had to do a lot of compilation shows and things like that, which is for us is pretty easy because I make it an effort to really tell stories, lengthy, drawn out weekly stories episodically. And so when the compilation show is not hard because I can go back and just pull all the information I need and, you know, tell a story throughout the show. It's pretty easy. You know, but to do that week after week after week, it gets a little tiring for the audience.
Oh, sure.
And it started to. And then we got opened back up and we were allowed to have a live audience, but limited, very limited. And we were doing good with that. And then the second round came, got kicked in the nuts again. And now we're, you know, we were doing it with just the wrestlers out in the audience. And that still was good. It still worked. We were able to do live television and produce an entertaining show. But then this past week, a couple of the wrestlers tested positive. So to be safe, I decided for the next couple of weeks until after the first year, we would just go with no wrestlers, no audience, no nothing. And we would, for everybody's safety. So that we could get through the holidays and, get around to the first of the year and see where we go from there.
Yeah, well, I'm in Pennsylvania, so we're back in lockdown until after the new year. So I hear you. But do you? I mean, I sure hope as someone who loves going to shows and interacting with the wrestlers, etc. I mean, when do you think, if you had to guess, when do you think we get back to live shows where fans can slap wrestlers on the back as they're coming in, give fives, things like that? Do you see that happening in 2021?
Yeah, I do. I think that the one thing people seem to have a tendency to forget, because we all operate between two simple concepts, and that's complacency and panic. On a mass scale, the two simplest things are complacency and panic. Because watch and mark my words, watch how long it takes for the general public to go back to being complacent again. And then see how long it takes. It'll take even less time for them to panic again. We have to understand that, whether if it's good at some point, I guarantee you it's going to change and it's going to go bad. And if it's bad, at some point it's going to change and it's going to go good. So, this is the shits. It's not great. And trust me, it could be far worse. This is the worst challenge that this generation has to face. I think we got off pretty easy.
Agree.
Compared to a lot of other people, and I gotta laugh at the irony, because prior to the pandemic, I would go on social media and all I would hear about was people complaining about, I hate people. I can't stand to be around them. People invite me out and I just, here's a picture of me in bed, I'm not going out, or I hate my job. I hate to go to work. And now it's completely different. It's we're so can't have people. We can't have social interaction. Listen, make up your mind. Be careful what you want.
Yeah, I think it's going to blow up with shows, conventions, everything when things start going back to normal.
I think it'll take a little bit of time for people to feel comfortable and confident, but I do think that it's going to change the face. Wrestling history has a tendency to repeat itself, and wrestling has been both a national, then regional, then national, then regional, and then now again national promotion. It's been national probably for 20 years, 25 years, I think, maybe 20 at least, that, one singular national promotion. I think with this reshaping the face of wrestling, I think there's been rumors of WWE no longer wanting to produce live events, and that can open the door, I think, really for, wrestling to go back to a regional basis, or a regional basis with a national outlet, because of the fact that we have streaming and all of that now, which for you, the fans, is a great opportunity, because now you guys can have more variety and can, get to see more talent from more different areas, and not just see the same talent. No matter how good a talent is, they only have a certain shelf life. You know what I mean?
Right.
And, that unfortunately has been the biggest hurdle I think for WWE to have to overcome, is that, Randy Orton's amazing, but you can only see Randy Orton so much, against Jeff Hardy, for the umpteenth time, because the last time you saw it answered a lot of the questions you wanted to, those, hey man, if Randy Orton ever wrestled Jeff Hardy, what would happen? That'd be so cool. Well, now that's the 20th time that the two have wrestled. Well,
right. Yeah.
We've pretty much got those answers to those questions.
Right. The RKO is cool, but it gets old after a while.
Right. But then now if Randy Orton, there's a new guy that you see on the horizon that's wrestling for another company, and then, hey, what if they bring this guy in and he gets to wrestle Randy Orton? Well, now it becomes exciting again. There's that interest and that heat. That's what we call heat in wrestling, is that desire to see it. So,
yeah. No, well, thanks so much for answering all my questions. That looked awesome. Take care, and hope to see you at a live event here in the future.
Me too. I hope so as well. Thank you very much, Mike.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Mike. All right. Awesome. Life lessons with Al Snow.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
We got another question here.
The name of my book.
We got another question here from Devin. Whose idea was it to put yourself in a hardcore match against yourself?
That was originally my idea, because what does everybody want? What does everybody need? All that. Everybody thinks it's a double entendre, which it is, but it really wasn't meant to be. It was, if you think about it and you really listen as I say it, I get angrier. The reason I do is because year after all those years, I'm supposed to be the star. And then what does everybody want? What does everybody need? What does everybody love? Not me. They don't chant for me. They chant for Head. So at some point I was going to, I didn't have this conversation with Vince, which I probably should have. That would have helped him understand, I think. But I was going to keep doing it. And then at some point I was going to get jealous. And then I was going to turn on the Head, and I was going to, you know, in my mind, I was going to do everything that you would normally see two wrestlers do when they're having a feud, where I'd jump it backstage and, you know, or I'd come out to the ring, or, you know what I mean? And I'd confront it, and I'd cut promos on it. And then we'd, you know, have a match. And then what happened was, out in Arizona, Phoenix, one night, Vince Russo came up to me, and I don't even remember the partially the conversation, but I did a vignette where I wrestled myself and beat myself up, and with the, you know, in a hardcore match. And it was kind of, the idea was that nobody wanted to wrestle me because I was too crazy. And we went through that thing where, you know, like I wrestled the Mexican minis at one point. You know, I wrestled Draws in a dress because he was going through a thing. They had him doing a thing where he'd only wrestle in a dress, you know, so I agreed to do that, that kind of thing. So I ended up wrestling myself in a hardcore match, and, you know, it was fun. That's how I got Pierre, where, you know, the Head had beat me, and Bob had, you know, kidnapped Head. And then I was wandering around San Diego outside for TV, and I saw an old tattered up deer head. Cost $125, if you can imagine that, and was missing an eye, and that's how I named him Pierre, for Pierre Roulette.
Wait a minute, you didn't get reimbursed?
Yeah, I ran in and asked for some petty cash, and ran out and bought the deer head from this. It was in the parking lot. It was like a swap meet or whatever they were having. So found this old shitty deer head, and then that was where I did the vignette where I was playing strip poker with the deer head and was losing, and Bob destroyed the deer head, and then a couple weeks later in Orlando, Vince Russo walked up to me and goes, "Hey, you're gonna have to do a eulogy for the, you know, Pierre." And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, you know, just figure it out." So, you know, like, I ran around all day with Blue Meanie, and we, you know, I put together a eulogy in my head for the Pierre. If you think about it, how much TV time costs, like 30 seconds of television time costs. They gave me like 10 or 11 minutes to do a eulogy for a deer head. What were they thinking?
Classic TV.
And they loved it. So, you know.
Of course. All right, let's get Zach on. So Zach got ECW reprint photo.
ECW reprint photo. Got it.
Yeah. And he is going to get an inscription as well. I'll put that up on the screen, and we'll get him on here.
Okay.
So there's his inscription, and here is Zach. What's up, Zach?
Hey, Zach.
All right, can we see me this time?
Yeah,
I can.
Oh, thank goodness. We don't need a Lance Storm 2.0 right now. Al, how are you doing today?
I am great. If I were any better, I'd be jealous of myself, Zach.
Fair enough. Just gonna get a one and done on the question here. Just your favorite road story.
Oh, boy, I don't know, man. That's tough. There are so many, so very many. Let me think. Gosh. I wish I could prepare. I wish I could prepare. Like, I could remember. You know what I mean?
For sure.
I remember one night, we used to play practical jokes on each other, and we both flew into Kansas City, Kansas, and then we had separate cars. We had to drive out to Topeka for pay-per-view, and I got out to. We were on the way back to Kansas, and because the next day was Raw in Kansas, and I stopped to get something at a convenience store, and he pulled up, and he didn't trust me, so he'd only open his window like a crack. And so I was in the store, and I saw a can of Cheese Whiz. I don't know if you know what that is. It's just compressed cheese in a can, and so I saw it and I was like, oh. So I just bought it. I walked out and I went to offer him a water, and he rolled his window down, and I stuck my hand in the window and just started to spray Cheese Whiz all over it. And I'll never forget, he was like so stunned that he didn't say anything. He just sat there, to the point where like I was expecting him to yell at me, that I stopped for a second, like thinking he was going to yell at me, and he didn't. So I started spraying Cheese Whiz on him again. Then he finally recognized what it was, and he was like, "What are you doing?" And he yelled at me. And then by the time we got back to Kansas, the inside of his car smelled like hot garbage because the Cheese Whiz was starting to rot. So as I checked into the hotel, I was trying to go to my room. He and Devon staked out the lobby trying to make sure they could follow me to my room so they could, of course, rib me back. And, I made sure that I did everything I could to stay away from the room as possible. So I didn't go to bed until about 3:30 that morning, thanks to those two jackasses. So another time, we were going through the airport, and he had security pull me over to check my bag, which annoys the shit out of me. And so on the way back, I bought a dildo, and I stuck it in the front of his gear bag because I knew he'd have to carry it on. He couldn't check it. And Devon was going to be flying with him, but they got separated. So I called Devon when they were going to go through security, and Devon was like, I got separated. I can't see him. I don't know what happened, man. I was like, crap. So I flew and made a connection, and when I was sitting waiting on my flight, all of a sudden the phone rang, and I saw it was Maven. I go, hello, and he's like, you son of a bitch, you asshole. And I was like, what? He goes, these guys think I'm, they pulled a dildo out of my bag and held it up for everybody to see. And so I got him back.
That's awesome. Receipts are always fun as long as it's not at your expense.
Exactly.
Well, best wishes with everything. Hopefully everything continues to go well with OVW. And again, best wishes and safety and health.
Thank you. Same for you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Zach. All right. All right, let's get Andy on. Andy got the same photo, ECW reprint photo.
Okay.
Let's get him on here. He's just going to want it signed. What's up, Andy?
Hey, Andy.
Hey, Al. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. Staying safe. They just shut down Pennsylvania for about 3 weeks, so I'm kind of like stuck at home right now. So.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Yeah.
It's home for the holidays for the umpteenth dozen time this year.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But,
we could have it worse.
Yep.
So, have you got a question or anything?
I got one. I think.
Sure.
I have a bunch of your banned figures that were banned from Walmart.
Yeah, I'm still number 5, just so you know. I'm still number 5 on the list of things that they won't sell because it's a danger to the community.
Yeah, because of the head being being separate.
It's a future. It was a training manual for future spousal abusers, is what they said.
And
I actually wanted to include one of those in there, but Jax wouldn't do it. So
I was wondering, how did you find out about it, and what were your thoughts in the beginning about it?
Well, I was stunned, quite honestly, because I didn't know anything about it. And I'll never forget, it was a Monday Night Raw in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And Blue Meanie and I went to the gym prior to going to the building, and I was doing cardio. And on the TVs in the gym, the top 3 news stories at noon. Now, the top 3 news stories in no particular order on Fox, ABC, CBS, NBC were the local mayoral race of Philadelphia, the Bosnian peace process, and my action figure being banned from Walmart. And I was stunned, which just gave me the most interesting interaction I'd ever had with Vince.
Yeah.
I walked into the building, and Vince he's standing way far away. He's got his back to me. He's talking to Tommy Blodgett, the writer. And he turned, saw me, and he comes walking to me with this big smile on his face, and he goes, Al, what the hell have you been up to? I just look, and I went, Vince, I don't know. I demand, like, you know, because this was all, I just seen it.
Yeah.
And he just got this look on his face and turned around and walked, and just literally stopped his track and turned and walked back to the writer, Tommy Blodgett, and I was standing there like, who starts a conversation with somebody and then just walks away? And, you know,
when I heard that story, I actually went to Walmart to find it, and I ended up finding them still on the shelf. So I bought them right away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because I knew that they were going to be collector's items at some point in time. So, you know,
it was great.
Hopefully after this is over, we can get to an actual like WrestleCon or whatever, and you know, have you sign them both. You know, all
I'd
of
love
them.
to.
Yeah. You know, it'd be something to, you know, keep a prized possession and, you know, have a story to tell.
Yeah, it was like a major news event for about a week and a half.
Yeah.
So it was awesome.
And I also have another question. I know Paul Heyman had a lot to say in ECW. Was his say to actually bring the mannequin head, was that your idea or is that his?
Oh, that was mine.
Okay.
Paul, the one great thing about Paul was that Paul allowed the wrestlers to be the wrestlers, and you know, he would actually, a lot of times as I was doing it, Paul would walk up to me and say, I hate your manager. And repeatedly he'd say, I hate your manager. But, you know, it started to get over, and then he took advantage of it and, you know, exploited it, promoted it. And
were you shocked at like some of your ECW events? Were you shocked that like the crowd actually got more into the head persona because they were bringing their own head mannequins and everything else? And when you came out, they raised them and shook them like everyone else.
No, I think because at the time I didn't get it, but I do now.
Yeah.
And that is the key to my success in ECW was the fact that, and I apologize, I keep disappearing on you.
Okay.
Is that I didn't wrestle that much. I did wrestle in ECW, but what really got me over were the vignettes, were the backstage stuff, you know, the character stuff.
Yeah.
And that was what made it work. And, you know, that was, I think, one of the things that was kind of different in WWE is that, you know, in WWE, you know, I wasn't given as much of an opportunity to do the backstage stuff with just me and the head interacting. And it got over very well with WWE as well. Just, but it did work so much more. It was the moment in ECW for sure.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Yeah,
So.
you made it more unique with the head persona and everything else. So that was great.
Well, thank you. It was a lot of fun. I had a great time, and you know, it's great memories. And you know, you always, of course, you know, if I knew then what I know now, I could have.
Yeah,
could
right.
have had even more fun. Could have even had more fun. So.
Yeah. So, all right, man. I appreciate the talk and good luck. Hopefully, you'll see you out there.
Thank you. You be safe, and I hope you have a happy holiday. Okay?
All right, you too. Thanks, Bruno. Thanks, guys.
Andy. All right.
That was a cool story. Question from Alex. He's wondering what was your favorite place to wrestle that had the best food?
Oh, all the places to wrestle were. I didn't have a favorite place. You know, everything was always different and different vibe, different feel, different crowd, different energy. You know, Queens. If you just go to ECW, you know, the arena was completely different than the Elks Lodge in Queens. The Elks Lodge in Queens was completely different than in Buffalo. You know, the Monaco Dome and, you know, Monaco, Pennsylvania, the Golden Dome was completely different than it was somewhere else. You know, Rostraver, Pennsylvania, we go out of the ice arena. I mean, it was always, you know, but it was always fun. And the same with WWE. You know, Chicago was always awesome. Milwaukee was awesome. And that's catering wise. Milwaukee was it was everybody's favorite place as far as catering. That was like they went all out with the catering in Milwaukee. You know, there weren't many other places that we worked that the building had the catering quite like Milwaukee. I don't know why, but boy, it was awesome. We always looked forward to going there. That's for sure. But the audiences were, you know, they were always awesome wherever you went. I mean, the energy and stuff at that time was just fantastic. You know, it's been a fun way to make a living for 38 years. I can tell you that.
All right, let me see. I see a few Facebook comments. Some people making here. So we got Tyler James said he loved your book. It had so many parts that made him laugh out loud for real.
Oh, thank you.
What else do we have? We have Lauren Smith, who's says she's a big fan. She's been a fan for years. And she wanted a shout out because she just had surgery on her knee, spent everything she had making sure kids had a good Christmas.
Oh, well, way to go, Lauren. And you know what? I completely can relate about the surgery on your knee. I don't know what you had on your knee, but I just had bilateral knee replacement surgery. So I had both my knees completely replaced. So I'm like one step closer to being the bionic man. You know, I've been trying. I haven't quite been able to run yet. It's only been 6 weeks out. But I think when I run, I'm going to wait and see if I can make that weird noise that Steve used to do when he'd run in the TV show. Where I don't think it's going to happen, but you know, if I just make it myself, I do it now when I'm walking through the grocery store and people just stare at me. So, because they can't see my mouth because I got the mask on. So,
right.
Like, hey, good for you, Lauren, and hey, I'm sure your kids love you and will really appreciate everything that you do for them.
There you go, Lauren. All right, let's see.
There's one last question. Billy S., have you wrestled Ian Rotten?
Have I wrestled Ian? No, I don't think I've ever wrestled Ian. I've worked for Ian a couple of times, but I don't think I've ever worked with Ian. You know, I've shared a lot of locker rooms with Ian. A couple, you know, and he was there, I think, just as I came in. On the first time I came in, he was there. And then I think the second time, I think he had just left or something. But I know Ian very well.
Awesome. All right, so now we've got Billy waiting. That was his question. Let's see. Billy got an ECW reprint photo.
Okay.
So we're going to bring Billy on.
All right.
What's up, Billy?
Hi, Billy.
Hi, how are you, Al?
Good. How the hell are you?
Good. What was your favorite wrestling match that inspired you to wrestle?
I don't know if I could say that it was a match per se. I remember when I was, how old are you? How old are you?
I'm 13.
13. Okay. So when I was around your age, around 12, 13 years old, now this might seem crazy and because it was a different world, but we didn't have cable television. And at that time, when I was like 13 years old, we just got cable television. And when we got it, TBS was on it, Turner Broadcasting System. So, and if you can imagine now, I know that like cable television now, you've got like hundreds of channels, but cable television basically allowed you to have 13 channels. That was it. You know, there were no movie channels, nothing like that at the time when it first came out. It was just, you could access 13 channels. And TBS was one of them. And on Saturday night, Georgia Championship Wrestling came on at 6 o'clock. From 6 to 8 p.m. every Saturday night, they had 2 hours of Georgia Championship Wrestling. And I turned it on, and it's funny because if you read it, Dusty Rhodes wrote a book, and he talks about this. I see from the Omni, it's all dark, the arena and the people, and I see Dusty Rhodes in a torn white t-shirt, and he's bleeding, and he's walking through the crowd because he's the special referee in a tag match with Ole Anderson and Ivan Koloff versus Tommy Rich, and I think it was Wahoo McDaniel for the Georgia Championship Tag Team titles. And I saw that, and like, I was a wrestling fan years before when I was younger, but I saw that and I was hooked. And there wasn't a Saturday night that went by that I did not miss Georgia Championship Wrestling. And when I was 14, I made the decision that I was going to be a professional wrestler. And chased after that dream until I became one. I graduated high school, and at 18 years old, I became a professional wrestler in May 22nd of 1982. And I've been doing it for a living ever since. So,
wow. Well, thank you. Best of wishes, and hope to see you soon.
Well, thank you very much. And if I can only give you a little piece of advice, and I know people tell you this all the time, but I can tell you from experience that if you want to do anything, if you want it bad enough, you can do it.
Right,
don't let anybody tell you otherwise. So you want me to make it out to you, Billy?
Yeah.
Right there?
Yes, please.
No problem. Calm down. Don't be so excited to meet me.
My heart's pounding a lot.
Well, I appreciate that. But you have any other questions?
Nope, not really.
Okay. You can ask anyone you want. The only one you don't ask is the dumb one. So, all right, man. Well, I hope you have a really wonderful holiday and have fun. Hope you get all you want for Christmas and then some. I'm sure your parents are probably not going to buy you that automated sex doll, so don't ask for it. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, look, I was 13. I had that on my wish list too, but all it did was just sit there like this.
Okay. Well, thank you, and take care.
All right,
Thanks, Billy.
Take care.
All right, thank you.
Hell of a way to break the ice.
That's awesome. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. If anybody's interested in grabbing a photo, art print, or foam head, and come on to the live stream, do it now because we're going to start wrapping this up. We're going to take care of the orders now for people that weren't able to make it on. So in the meantime, if anybody does want to come on, make the purchase, we'll send you the link. We'll get you on real quick. But yeah, we're going to start wrapping it up. So like I said, we're just going to go through the orders from everybody that made the purchases, and just so they can see that you're signing their stuff.
Like who else would?
Yes. All right. So let's.
Even though I do have some imposters on social media, and when I do, I don't get hot or anything. I just send them a message. I'm like, really? Can you not set the bar higher? If you're going to fake being a celebrity, why are you doing this? I mean, it'd be Brad Pitt or it'd be George Clooney. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What are you doing, man? Really? No wonder you've not made it far in life.
I mean, you should be flattered.
Well, I am. I'm incredibly flattered. Don't get me wrong. That's why I don't get upset. I just find it funny that, it's like, hey, you know what? I'm going to set the bar as low as possible. And maybe I can sneak in under the radar.
That's terrible. All right. So,
look, boys and girls, it's been years. I ain't over no more. So,
okay. So let's get some of these out of the way. Let's take two of the photo edits with Avatar.
Okay.
On one of them, you're going to put to Robert, Robert.
Okay. Okay.
That's for Robert Castillo. Thank you, Robert. And on the other one, I'll put the inscription up on the screen.
All right. Hold on.
This is going to Jason and Denny at the Edinburgh Mill Restaurant.
Okay.
Somebody was asking earlier if you have any ring-worn items that you are selling.
I have some, and other people have asked, but I just haven't dug them out. I've got the original whole Avatar outfit.
Oh, nice.
And I just haven't dug it out. My son's dug out the mask, and occasionally as a joke will wear it. My wife and my son last year for Halloween, I think it might have been last year, maybe the year before, I don't know. I'm not real good with time, but they showed up in OVW while I was producing TV on Halloween, and she was dressed as me as Leif Cassidy, and then, and looked better, quite honestly. And then he was dressed as Avatar.
Nice.
And I was like, oh my god. I was producing the show, and they just came in out of nowhere, and caught me by surprise. And that was the last thing I expected to see them be wearing.
Yeah, it's awesome. All right, let's do the other classic superstars figure.
Okay, hold on. Give me a second here.
Yep, you got it.
Now, if you want, I mean, are you going to send me a list of all these people that I need to sign all this stuff for?
No, because we'll take care of that. So you're just signing now. You send it back to us, and then we'll sort through it and get it to the appropriate parties.
Well, what I mean is, like, because there's quite a few things here. Can you, if you send me a list, then I will be able to knock them all out for you. So, and then pack them back up and send them to you.
Well, that's what we're doing now. There aren't that many left. Yeah.
All right. Who else do you have?
So that classic figure?
Yeah.
The inscription is up on the screen right there. So that's going to Christopher Ruffus.
So Christopher?
No, don't put Christopher. Just put that inscription. Friends
don't let heads drive drunk.
Yep, and then just sign it.
You don't want to let them drive drunk. Trust me.
I bet. Bad things will happen.
Oh, yeah. You're going to end up at a strip club, not come home until 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. They'll be out whoring all night. Okay.
All right.
Let's get this.
There you go, Christopher. Very cool.
Ta-da.
All right.
Let me take. Hold on a second.
Yep, no problem.
Because I'm move these pictures that are dry now. Yeah, they're dry. And how did I figure that out? By sticking my finger on it and going, well, that's dry. It did nothing. Okay, what else now?
Okay, now let's grab 3 foam heads.
Okay. Hold on. Let me let this dry. You can tell I have wheels on my chair. All right.
Okay, so on the first one, we're just going to write, what does everybody want? Head.
Okay.
And then just sign it.
You want to put the help me and all that on there too?
That's up to you.
Yeah.
They didn't request it, but that's up to you.
Yeah.
So that's going to Jason. Thank you, Jason Byrne.
So write Jason to Jason?
No, don't write Jason, no.
Okay. Why does this smell like perfume?
What, the marker?
No, the head.
Oh, the head.
Yeah.
Getting geared up for a hot date.
It does. It's got some kind of perfume all over it.
That's weird.
Strong, too. Man. Weird.
There you go, Jason. That looks awesome. All right, let's do the next one. This is for Ryan. Ryan is asking for the help me on the forehead, and then he also wants you to write a 6-time hardcore champion on there.
Okay. Does he want me to write to Ryan?
No.
Okay. Okay.
There you go, Ryan. Thank you. All right. On that third one, just a signature, and if you want to do the help me on there, you can do that. Okay. But this is for Brendan. Just the signature.
Okay.
There you go, Brendan.
There we go. It's
Thanks,
like
Brendan.
Zips right in.
All right.
Fun with head.
All right. Ryan also, he's the one that got one of the heads. He was asking if you have any job squad stories. A good one you'd like to share.
The only one I can think of is, how the whole thing got started was it was just a smart ass comment that I made to Cornette in WWF at the time. They had they were doing an angle where everybody had a gang, and I just was being a smart ass and had a bad attitude and basically told Jimmy I was going to start my own gang, and he started laughing and he's like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, because at the time there used to be this paper towel brand that was called Job Squad on it, and I told him that I was going to start the Job Squad, wipe the mat with us, type of thing, and he, was going to put it together with me, PJ, Just Incredible, Barry Horowitz, Chris Candido. It was like 2 or 3 other guys. And he's like, "You're out of your mind." I was like, "We'd be the most powerful group here." He's like, No, you wouldn't. I go, yeah, we would. He goes, why? I go, because, at the time, there were a lot of wrestlers that were in WWF that really thought they were really winning type of thing. And, I said, well, if Undertaker goes out and tombstones Barry Horowitz and Barry stands up and dusts off his hair and just walks out of the ring, who had the power in that match? I said, so I think some people need to remember that you ain't really winning because we ain't really losing. And he's like, you got a point. And I was like, so, I made a joke about, starting a gang, and then that turned into me selling T-shirts in ECW because Candido and a bunch of the guys were like, you need to sell T-shirts. It's great, man. And we all had agent names. I was the chief, and, everybody was Agent 00 something. So,
That's awesome. Well, it got over pretty well.
It was fun to do. It was probably not the right thing to do, especially when they tried to bring it back into WWF, WWE, and it was it's a thing that only a very niche audience understands. If you're in the wrestling business, you get it. If you're a smart fan, you get it. But if you're just a casual or a general fan, you're like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And you can't really sell it without exposing the business and killing the whole gimmick of what we're trying to sell. So it didn't have a long shelf life. The ECW would have, but not here, not in WWE. It wouldn't have. Just wouldn't have worked.
Awesome. All right. So what do we got next? Let's do there's 2 more WrestleMania figures, or
okay.
I think they say fully loaded on them.
Okay. Hold on. I'll go grab those.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep, I got them.
Okay.
Grab the bubble wrap that goes around them. Trying to be very conscientious. Oh. I hate chairs with wheels. All right. Here is the first one.
Okay, so the first one, we're going to make it out to Roger, Roger.
Okay.
And just sign it. Alex, no, he has not signed yours yet. Let me know if you want the link to come on. You can still come on. I know you're on duty, but let me know.
So here's Roger.
Awesome. There you go, Roger. Thank you.
Okay. I'm going to put Roger's over there so I don't smear it.
Okay. And on the next one, we're going to put 2 Steven, Steven.
Here is Steven.
There you go, Steven. Nice figure, too.
Yep.
Okay. Let's grab an ECW 8x10 reprint.
Good. I don't have to get up again. Little known fact, this picture Walmart wasn't the first time that it caused some controversy with the head. A women's group, I forget where we ran in Pennsylvania at a university, because this was on the poster. Some brilliant women, a group of feminists got together and picketed the show because that incited violence against women because I had my head around the base like I was choking it.
Oh man, so sensitive.
I dare you to actually look. You're entitled to your opinion. I don't. It's worth what it costs to get, which is nothing. But I dare you to actually do some real homework. Get some information before you decide to run your opinion in a public forum. But hey, you know, that's how the Salem witch trials started. But who cares about that, right? You know? We've got the internet.
Yes. All right. So on that photo, we're going to give it to Matt. What does everybody want? Oh, man. So quick to judge.
I wouldn't have minded if I were really trying to incite violence against women or something, which wasn't even close to being the truth.
Yeah, if only they knew.
Considering that I didn't even refer to it as a female or a male, I referred to it as them or they.
Oh, ahead of your time. Ahead of the time.
Oh, yeah. You know, gotta watch those pronouns.
All right. Tony, yes, there are, I believe, 3 or 4 heads left. Okay. Do you still need that inscription up there, or you got it?
What is it? I got it.
Okay. Okay. Wasn't sure. Perfect. There you go, Matt. Very nice. What are you using? The white on that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that looks awesome. Yeah.
Usually the white looks pretty good on everything, you know. I've been using it on the action figures, which looks really good. Bright yellow will look really good too.
Yeah.
But the white really seems to stand out really well and looks really sharp. Looks really clean.
Okay, so what are we doing next? All right, next we're going to do, you can get 3 of those WWF reprinted photos.
Hold on.
Which is the blue background.
Yeah. So are those, they're on the back side of the ECW ones?
Yeah. Yeah, actually, let's put that aside because we have Alex on. Let's do his, knock it out of the way. Let's do one of the 11 by 17s. It's the larger photo prints, art prints.
Oh, the art print.
Yeah, let's do one of those for him right now since he's waiting, or he was waiting.
You talking about?
Yeah, he's there. Yeah, he's actually going to want that one. Yep. There's 2 in there, but he wants that one there.
All right.
So let's bring him on. What's up, Alex?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hi, Alex.
Hey, what's up, Al?
How are you?
Sorry, I had to go hide the patrol car, so my supervisors don't know that I'm talking to Al Snow.
Yeah. Well, just be safe, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. How you been?
I can't complain if I didn't. Nobody'd listen. So, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
So you want one of these?
Yes. Yes.
Got it.
Yeah, I was the one who asked you about your favorite food, and you answered Milwaukee, so that's pretty.
Oh, yeah. Everybody loved, I don't know why, but boy, the catering in Milwaukee, everybody loved. Seriously, it was It was amazing. We always got excited when we were going to do TV in Milwaukee. So you want me just to make it out to Matt or Alex? I mean,
Yeah. So just to Alex and just inscribe everywhere if you can. That'd be cool. Just whatever you want to do, just doodle all over it.
Okay. How long you been a cop?
Whatever comes to your mind, just do it. I don't care.
All right. How long you been a cop?
I started in 2017. So
yeah.
Just 3 years. I got 22 more years till retirement, so I'm looking forward to it.
Hang in there, man.
I know it.
Both my brothers
But
were.
it's not a bad city. I'm in Tuscaloosa. The University of Alabama's here, so.
Oh
it's
yeah.
not bad. Yeah, it's not bad.
Both my brothers were police officers, and they're all retired now.
Oh, that's awesome. It's a very rewarding career. It's kind of like, I mean, it's kind of like wrestling. Like every day's different, you know. Every day's not the same. It's not like you're a doctor and you're going to be performing surgeries every day. Like you literally do not know what you're going to do every day. So
no,
it never gets boring.
I'm sure, especially these days.
Exactly. Sweet. Yeah, that's awesome.
Cool.
That is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, Tuscaloosa is a nice city.
Well, thank you, Al Snow. Thanks, Bruno.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kevin.
Thanks, Alex.
Have a great Christmas,
All
okay?
right, I'll see you guys.
Stay
Thanks,
safe.
Al.
Thank you.
All right.
Set that over there to let it dry for a second.
There you go. While you have those, we'll just do 2 more of those.
Okay, the green ones here?
Yeah, yep. With the Al Snow on top.
Okay. Let me pull 2 out.
And then if you have that stack with you now, if you want to pull 1, 2, 3 of the other ones.
All right, hold on. Your tape job stuck to the photo. There we go. And stuck to the bottom.
Sorry. Pull 1, 2. You only signed 1 so far, right? Yeah. For Alex. So 1, 2, 3, 4 of those green ones.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Get the tape unstuck again. I don't want to damage the photo. And the fucking tape stuck up here. Yes. 2, 3, 4. All right.
Yeah, so 4 of those green ones, and then if you want to pull out 3 of the other ones, they should be right behind those.
Hold on. One, 2, 3.
Yep.
Got it.
All right.
Got
perfect.
it. These right here.
Yep. So we'll just knock them out.
Okay. So, goddamn tape. Asshole. Both pieces now. Again. What a rib.
Totally unintentional. Okay. All right. What do you got first? The green?
I can do the green first if you want.
Okay. So let's do the green. On the first one, I'm going to put it up on the screen now. This is for Brendan. He wants to say to Brendan, what does everybody want?
Okay.
Thank you, Brendan. Do you watch any of the current product, like anywhere?
Sometimes I just don't really have a whole lot of time to to do it, unfortunately, because I'm usually so overwhelmed with trying to keep up with. I'm gonna try yellow once.
Okay.
See how that looks. Trying to keep up with OVW and all the responsibilities I have with that. So sometimes it's just too much.
Yeah.
Occasionally I'll catch a little bit of AEW here or there, or a little bit of WWE once in a while. I did something really interesting because what I do is typically each week I'll go back and watch back our TV with the talent and point out the mistakes they made and what they did right, what they did wrong, why it worked, why it didn't, based on what we were trying to achieve. And so I decided to do that with an episode of Ring of Honor, and I did it. Couldn't find it, so we did an episode of Impact Explosion, and we did 2 episodes of MLW, and it was interesting to watch. Very interesting to watch.
It's cool having that again, having so many options now.
Yeah,
and it's so accessible now. It's great.
Yeah, that's, I think, is going to be the big upside, coming out of this for everybody is, having, like I said, potential to go back regional, but then still be able to have some national access to all the different ones.
Even Japan, even New Japan is out there, and you can watch it every week.
Well, they've been trying to make inroads into the United States for several years now. So
yeah, so it's interesting. All right, so Brendan is done.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one is going to Chris. That's KRIS.
KRIS.
Yep, on that same green one.
Yeah, I don't like the yellow as much. It doesn't look as good as the white. You can see it and stuff, but it just,
yeah,
it's kind of a piss yellow. It's not very good.
Not on that background. Maybe on the dark one it might look better.
Well, I don't even know if on the dark one. The white I still think is going to look better.
The white, you know what? Even that gold Sharpie that you have looks really good on those pictures.
Does it?
Yeah.
The white looks really good. It stands out really nice.
Yeah. All right. So on the other.
Also, Brendan, it's what does everybody want? Also, oh no, that already did Brendan. Okay.
No, Brendan wants the what does everybody want? Chris is just to Chris.
Yeah.
And then you have the next one going to Robert, ROBERT.
Okay. And that's
okay, there you go, Robert. All right. On the next one, on that green one, to Noah, NOAH. And then if you could just write like a positive message. It's for a kid. There you go. Awesome.
okay. The dark.
Yep, we are on the dark one now. So on the first one, you could just sign it. So this is for Mike. So just a signature on that one. With the head autograph also, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
I wonder why Head signs so simple. It's such a simple autograph.
Well, Head's got a lot of things dealing with.
That's awesome. There you go, Mike.
And,
On the next one, going to Robert, Robert.
And quite honestly, I like put thought into that. I made sure that heads spelled it or signed it so simplistically so that it looked like there were two distinct personalities.
It's awesome. There you go. Awesome. Nice.
So yeah, the white I think really shows up well on that too.
Yeah. All right. What else do we have here? Castillo. Okay. Give me 1 second on that last one. I think let's see. I think I made a mistake on that last one. I don't think we need a third one, but 1 second. Kevin, you got anything?
Yeah, just whenever you get a chance, if you want to grab just one of the random 8x10s. I don't know what we have the most out of.
We got them all.
Yeah, just grab one of the regular one of the 8x10s, whichever one's closest.
Do you want me to still do this one, or?
I'm just trying to look that one up. I think I made a mistake on that one. So just put it on the side if you don't mind for now.
Okay. I'm going to put these back in to the holder. Okay. I'll just put them all. Shit. Okay. Then a 8x10, like.
Yeah, anyone who gets your hands on.
Shit, I forgot to put this in there too. God bless it. One of these?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Who should I make it out to?
That's going to go to Tanya. It's Tania. And you're going to inscribe it, I think your husband needs head.
Okay.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
Terrible.
There we go.
That's awesome.
Okay. Yeah, we don't need to sign that third one. That was my mistake.
All right.
Okay. One more foam head. Just got it in. Yeah, we're almost done here.
Okay, get another foam head.
Tony Kachina, if you want a head, you got to get it now because I think they're running low now.
Yeah, there's 2 left.
There you go. 2 left.
Okay.
So on that one, just 2 Robert, ROBERT.
Begin with the perfume.
Someone was asking where can you watch or where can we watch OVW?
Here.
There you go. There you go, Robert.
Where you can watch OVW is nationally. We are on Sports 11 USA and their FTF, which is their For the Fans Only. We are on YTA, which is another national network. Untamed Sports, Game Plus, ASY Network. Let me think here. There are 9 different national networks that we're on right now. We have a reach of about 150 million homes between broadcast, cable, and streaming. So you can see it just about on any format that you want to see it. Just check your local listings. It's definitely out there. If you're up in the Northeast, I'd say Sports 11 USA or FTF For the Fans Only because they air it in 5-hour blocks each week, about 10 hours a week that they broadcast. And then internationally, we have our own, and nationally too, we have our own Roku channel. And then we also have our own Amazon Fire, Amazon Prime. And we're on Sky Sports, and we're on Sports International as a European sports channel. We're at about 690 million homes around the world.
That's awesome.
We're the little kept secret. We're the best. I used to be the best kept secret in wrestling years ago. Now OVW is the best kept secret in wrestling.
There you go.
And we're the only state accredited trade school for professional wrestling, sports entertainment, and broadcasting. There is no other one in the world that is an actual accredited trade school for professional wrestling.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Good stuff. All right, so we have, like I said, we're almost done. We have about 7 photos left to sign. So let's grab 1, 2, 3 of those WWF reprint photos.
Which ones?
It's the one with the blue.
Okay, the heads. The multiple mannequins in them.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, 3 of those. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. So on the first one, we're going to make it out. Yep. Make it out to Dustin, Dustin.
Dustin. Okay.
There you go, Dustin. Thank you.
Hold on.
Awesome. On the next one, we're going to put to Lyle, Lyle. There you go. Awesome. On that last one, we're going to put to Michael, Michael.
I wonder if the Michaels in the world are eventually going to go to war with each other over the spelling. The EALs will face off against the AELs.
Yes.
Should be an interesting time. We thought this pandemic was terrible. Gee, Christmas. That's going to be a war.
You can go crazy and then throw in the MYKALs in there.
No, don't even get me started.
All right, let's see. And now let's go to that sleeve with the original promos.
Which is, it's called the buried ones.
Which one?
All the different ones.
Yeah, it has, I think, 4 more. The one that you did for Andrew in the beginning.
Hell, I don't know.
The one we were trying to find in the beginning.
Oh, those. Oh, it's not this.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
There's no. I really didn't put Post-its like even behind them.
One right here. I just found this one on the back.
Oh, what does that one say?
Andrew Kella.
Okay, that's the one you did, right?
Yeah. The rest of them.
They have nothing? Okay, no problem. All right, so we're going to do...
Yeah, none of them have.
No problem. I'll let you know which one.
Okay.
We're going to do all of them anyway, but...
Yeah.
Okay, so there's one that's different from the other 3, right? That's left?
Let me look. Yes, this one.
Okay, yeah. So let's sign that one.
2.
And that one, I'm going to put it up on the screen. You're just going to put. Oh, I don't need to. You're going to just write. What does everybody want? And then just Al Snow and Head autographs. Bless you.
Thank you. There you go.
All right, awesome. On one of the other ones, we're going to do this one here that I'm going to put on the screen. It's going to go to Dave. Dave Sabak. So let's see. There we go. To Dave, quit bugging me when I have to take a piss.
Gotcha. And that's on.
Yes, you can put it on one of those.
Was that an actual thing, or?
I've had that happen. Yes. One time in the Philadelphia airport, I went in and was trying to take a piss, and this guy came up and asked me for an autograph while I was taking a piss.
That's unbelievable.
And
you should have turned.
Well, then it gets better. So I get like stage fright because the guy won't stop talking to me. So I like, hey, okay, guy, man, I got to go. So I leave. I go to a different concourse on the way to my flight. I'm like, I got to go. So I go in. Sure enough, another guy follows me in. And I'm standing in the urinal and starts talking to me again and started asking me for an autograph. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. This is the second guy, the second bathroom. So I cut out of that bathroom. I'm like, hey, I got to go, man. Got weirded out again. And then I go off and into another bathroom, and then I go into the stall. And then literally just hide in the stall so I can take a piss. So
it's crazy.
I think it was Chaz, one of the headbangers, or Glenn. Somebody saw him go into the stall and asked him to, he was taking a dump, and asked him for an autograph, and he said, sure, pass it through. And then they put the paper underneath, and he wiped his ass with it and sent it back out.
That's great.
Wow.
That's the best way to do it. Some people just have no they don't know what a boundary is. I mean, come on.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
I appreciate everybody being a fan. I mean, but there is a timing issue.
Right. Boundary. There's a line. All right, so Dave's is done. We got Dave's. Quit bugging me. All right, cool.
Yeah.
So Dave, there you go, Dave. On another one, let's see. You could probably abbreviate this stuff, but they wanted to. If I could get that on here. So you could probably, they want all the championships. So if you could just put WWE Euro, I guess, WWF Tag Team.
I think it was WWF European at the time, WWE, and then WWF Tag Team Champion in like 6 time.
Oh, okay. I guess just European Tag Team and 6-time Hardcore Champ.
I'm just going to put WWF/WWE and then.
All right.
So here's how I did it. I just wrote WWF, WWE, European Tag Team, 6-time Hardcore Champion.
Awesome. Perfect. And on the last one, they just want a signature on that.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay.
There you go. And we do have one more person backstage. We already signed his item, but he wants to ask a question. And then that's it. And then we're just going to wrap it up.
Cool.
What's up, Matt?
Hi, Matt.
Hey, how's it going, Bruno?
Hi, Matt.
How's it going, Al?
Going great.
So, what was the one thing that I really liked about you was WrestleMania 2000. Cheesehead, what really led up to that?
It was just a remark I made with Steve Blackman in a backstage vignette. And then, it became an ongoing joke between the two of us. And I made a remark, about WrestleMania, and one of the writers picked it up, and he decided that we would need to have a small man in a cheese outfit accompany us out there. So It was a weird deal. It was a weird deal. Are you partying, Matt?
No.
I just
My
thought you had a
birthday
party.
is tomorrow. That's why I have that thing on. I just got off of work.
Oh, well, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Matt.
I don't know if you signed my item yet, but I wanted to know if you could put to Matt on there. I think it was a couple items ago. It was the one where it said, "What does everybody want?"
Yeah, they all say that pretty much. It was, yeah, we did put to Matt. I remember telling him to put to Matt. So you should be good, Matt.
You did?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Have a good day.
You
Thanks,
too,
man. I
Matt. Have a
appreciate
wonderful birthday tomorrow, okay?
Yeah, you have a good day, Al. Thank you.
Good for you to start celebrating early.
Why not?
Why not?
All right. So thank you, everybody that tuned in. Al, if you could just hold on for just a minute after the feed, just to wrap it up. And yeah, thank you, Al. We appreciate it. Thank you, everybody that tuned in and bought some stuff. We appreciate you. And yeah, that's it.
Thank
Al,
you, guys.
anything you want to add before we sign off, or are you good to go?
No, thank you guys so much for being fans and you know, supporting me. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be able to do what I love to do for as long as I've gotten to do it. And please support OVW. We need all the help we can get the word out there. You can catch us all over the country and all over the world now. So don't be shy. You know, check us out. I think you'd be surprised.
Awesome.
There you
Thank
go.
you so much, everybody. Have a good weekend.